Yard haunt update. So today is the big reveal of the swamp cabin, the swamp shack, whatever you want to call it. This is what I have been working on for a while. Tonight we have the swamp ambiance sound playing in the background. We have the swamp fisherman on. We have the fog machine in the back pumping out some swampy marsh scent. And we finally got our TMU order, which I was able to then put a bunch of the moss and ivy and all this greenery and shrubbery on this thing, and this fog coming out of these windows and the pallets looks incredible. And this swampy marsh stuff still stinks and still smells like old man cologne, but this looks so good, especially with the fog rolling out. We got the candles on, and the candles flicker in the windows. At night it looks better than it does in the daytime because the lights are fashioned to the outside of those windows just so you can actually see the candle function. But this build has been pretty cool. It's been a learning curve and something I have been wanting to do for a couple years now, and I finally have created an entire haunted house in my front yard. I built this huge swamp shack in my front yard. We have the green fire and ice lights, kind of giving it a swampy ambiance. We have the fog oozing out of here. Obviously tonight is a nice non-windy day. The fog is lingering around and it looks so good. There's like no wind at all whatsoever, and it is beautiful. We added some corn over here. It's so foggy, this fog is not moving. But we added some corn right here just to kind of add to it. I added a bunch of this greenery hanging down, especially off of the roof. We added some. I have a bunch down here, but man, does this look awesome. I told you guys this would not disappoint. We have, hopefully I can do this without setting off the fisherman because I've heard him all night and I'm sick of hearing him. But above the doorway, we added some greenery there. We got a bunch of like fake moss, like green moss hanging up here off of this stick roof that I built. We got our short circuit light that I painted. We added our old hag over here, just kind of keeping the swamp fisherman some company. We got this jack-o'-lantern over here in this old chair with this old shovel. Then we have this berry basket with this chain hanging off of it, more greenery hanging off the edges. I have distressed the outside of the cabin. I added a bunch of ivy on the cabin. Done a bunch. This door is non-operational. It's just a black spray painted rectangle made to look like a door. The porch is all pallet wood, so that is pretty neat. And then this banister over here that this old hag is hanging on to is just made out of sticks. I put a bunch of moss on it and some greenery on that. We have our alligator creeping out. Definitely looks really, really cool. I'm loving it. We added the light on the inside, but the light on the inside is only the fog machine. I do have an LED floodlight that I've had inside there for quite some time. I shut it off every single night just to hide this a little bit for the videos. But we have some chains hanging off here next to this greenery beside our witch, our hag, old hag. We got the swamp fisherman doing his thing here. but this is what it looks like from the side, just so you guys can see. I've been filming all the way around this thing for about a week now, 2 weeks, whatever it's been. I've been filming on either side of it because our Headless Horseman's over there, and that corner of that tombstone is right on the corner of this shed. So I've been disguising this, but man, does it look awesome with all of the fog tonight. Like I said, the fog is just lingering around, and it looks so good. I know a lot of you guys have been patiently waiting and eagerly awaiting the reveal of this, and I love it. And we have all the moss up top. We got all our sticks. We have ivy hanging off the sticks. We have creepy cloth hanging off. We got moss all over the door. You know, I love the addition of the old shovel and all kinds of stuff. My buddy Keith at Cobwebs and Candlesticks has been a huge help and influence on this. Also Vic at Monster Misfits. He's been a huge help on kind of deciding how I really want to do this thing. And Keith has given me tons of ideas, like throwing around the old chain and just draping stuff everywhere. So I really think this is taking shape, especially with the green lights hanging around here. As we said, we were going for dead acres. So I think the addition of a swamp was awesome. So I couldn't think of a better idea to do here, and I think I outdid myself on this one. And it just sucks that it's only going to be up for like 5 more weeks, and then I got to tear this down and find a place to store it. Just like basically our stick fence that I made for my roof. It's all sticks. It looks super good too. I love how this thing turned out, and hopefully everyone at Trick or Treat loves this, because this is definitely something totally different, and it's going to be the huge focal point. I mean, people literally stop every single day to check and see what comes out of this door, and literally, you know, you guys know nothing comes out of that door, but everyone's just wondering what the heck. And then the swamp fisherman turns on, and then they notice, oh, okay, it's just this guy. They're like, wow, this guy built a whole house in his front yard. So that's what I have been working on. Look how low this fog is lying tonight. But I found this swamp ambiance sounds, so I have a speaker back there, and then I also have the fog machine. So back behind here, we have a tablet, we have the fog machine, and then the speaker inside. And the fog machine's pointing this way, that's why all the fog is coming out this way. But at least it's hanging low, and it's not just going straight up. But I know I won't always get lucky and have great, fantastic weather like this. So most of the time when you do an outdoor fogger, that wind is your worst enemy, and it's gonna literally blow all the fog just as fast as it comes out of there. It's gonna blow it down the street. So sometimes your neighbors are gonna have more fog than you actually will. Super excited to be able to show you this, and I did not want to show you without all the greenery and all the stuff draping off of the sides and all the moss and everything. So I've been ordering all kinds of stuff. So like down here we have all kinds of grasses and cattails. Obviously our pet graveyard, because we have this piece here. This little skeleton dog is from Mac at Hauntformer. But we have tons of different ivies and grasses and cattails and like ferns or something like that. It was just a huge teamy order. I got this alligator from Amazon. It was like $14, but we got some more leaves and different things from Dollar Tree and Amazon. We just went all out. In my daytime video, I show you everything of this, and then I obviously added more after that. So we've added some little bit of corn here, and obviously added the sound effects, which I think this sound effect goes perfect. It's nice and creepy. So we still have our typical tombstones, But tonight we got some extra fog out here, and it is super foggy out here. It is just hanging around, guys. We have our caretaker over here.
There you are. I've been looking for you all night. I've come for you in regards to a serious matter. A very grave matter.
Other grave digger over here. If I can get him to go off from over here.
Every Halloween in this town, it seems that the graveyard here fills up. Or me. Don't worry, I'll save a fresh grave or two for you. You never know what treasures lie in these older crypts.
He's awesome. I love him. I still got to get some fresh dirt out for him and dump that all over the yard. We still have our Lowe's werewolf. We still have the Home Depot creeper up there. And our lights are still working. But today I added this. I bought this old looking cemetery entrance sign. I thought was awesome. So I hung that up there. It doesn't get much light, which is unfortunate, but we can always put a pin spot on that and it'll light it up. Over here, we have our scarecrow, all lit up with bright white lights. Then over here, we have all of our normal tombstones and our graveyard creatures. We still have the baghead mannequin up there on the porch, creepishly staring at you. We have our 12-foot skelly doing his thing. I was thinking about putting a light shining up, but then you wouldn't see the chest light, so I don't want to do that like I did last year. We have our grave digger over here, and then all of our blue lights are still here. The one did shut off for some reason. When I turn it back on, it's kind of like a bluish purple. So we're gonna deal with that tonight, and tomorrow I will fix that. But we'll live with it for tonight. It's lighting everything up, so I'm good with it. But I noticed it was a little dark a little bit ago, and the one light had fell over, and the other light must have gotten unplugged or something happened. But I moved the old hag earlier, so I might have knocked everything over and messed everything up. Over here we have a jack-o'-lantern I moved over here, along with the obelisk. I just love this tombstone. I do wish it was taller, but there's obviously ways to make that taller. But this is by far my favorite tombstone. I would say that one and that one right there are my favorite tombstones from this year. And that jack-o'-lantern, I just thought, gave it another cool look. I added some pumpkins and stuff to the cemetery here. I put that big jack-o'-lantern over there. I also used a few on the other side. So I'm starting to bring out some pumpkins. I'm not totally done yet. But over here, we have our guard zombie. Another look at our jack-o'-lantern. And with the addition of some of these lights, you now get to see this guy lit up a little bit. But this one, you don't get to see as much, but you can kind of see the silhouette of it as it lights up these tombstones and Miserable Marie. Now that I revealed the secret project, I can now start going back to giving you views from the road. So from the road, you can see that the side of this cabin lights up green. Once the big floodlights in there, the whole thing will light up, not just the bottom corner. But man, is this starting to look cool. Other than my awkward, half-lit cemetery fencing. So I still gotta go get new lights. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to buy new lights. Can't seem to figure out how to fix it, so we're gonna go ahead and just order a new strand. But this is starting to look really cool. I'm loving how it looks. The dark blue lighting, and then you have your core characters lit up. We have the green light on the caretaker, and then we have all these guys lit up with bright white lights. So the main ones are the focal point, and then we have a little yellow light on our newest gravedigger in the back. But unfortunately, that one, I think that one's off too. There's a couple lights off actually. What in the heck happened? Thinking the fog machine controller cross-linked with these lights out here and shut them all off, because there's a blue one behind that tombstone that was off, and the one behind this pumpkin shining on the caretaker or the gravedigger was off. So, but when I turn it back on, it's blue, and I don't know why. And the other one is like purple, and I don't know why. So I need to figure that out. I need to turn them all blue, and I need to take this one back, because I had this one yellow or like an orange last night. So I need to change that. I just don't want him to blend in with all the blue. I kind of want him to stand out. So I'm gonna have to take that light back and get the right controller and turn them all blue. But then we also added a black light over here, so it illuminates this tombstone a little bit. You can't really tell the difference on video, which it's a purple light versus blue, so it's a little different than this light mounted over here shining at the graveyard, which you can't tell. It looks blue on screen. It all looks blue, but in person, the left-hand side of the screen is purple, like black light purple, and then this whole graveyard's blue. So it kind of washes out the gravedigger here with the blue light. That's why I added an orange light on him. So we gotta fix these lights, and then we will get back in action. So here we go. We got the blue lights back on. We have the gravedigger with his yellow light on him. So now he is a little bit separated from the blue lights. You just have a nice yellow light on him. Just not enough. It's not overpowering. It's just enough to illuminate him, to show that he's a little bit more highlighted than all the blue that's surrounding him. Then over here in the graveyard, we got our other blue light back on. So it's all blues, and then one purple shining off into the graveyard. But I just love this. And I'm so happy to be able to show it to you in its full glory, with the fog machine and this creepy swamp ambiance that's playing behind it. I just think that's a nice added touch. We got some other stuff to put out here for this. As we get closer to trick or treat, I will add more and more and more stuff to this. I'm pretty much done buying stuff for this. We have the last of it, but I have a lot more greenery and a bunch of moss and stuff to be able to put out here for this thing. And I think it just looks awesome. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching. And I will catch you tomorrow. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of our swamp shack.
When they swing open the gates of hell,